In this installment, we're going to be going over the NBA bet slate for Sunday, January 5th. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to give you the winning ingredients for our January 5th NBA slate we got going on Sunday. But before we deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNutChetsD. Don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91. All right. Now we're at the homepage of the YouTube channel, currently at 8.76 thousand subscribers. This is the road to 10K, and we're well on our way because you guys are showing up each and every single day. If you already subscribed, continue to like and comment. That helps the YouTube algorithm so we can grow to a much broader audience. All right. Now, for the Patreon yesterday for the Saturday NFL games, we had the cover for the Ravens of that minus 17.5. They even covered the 20 as well, if you got that number. The under did not hit. It went over in that last touchdown run by Derrick Henry. We had an anytime touchdown by Rashad Bateman for plus 240. And in the second game, we had the Cincinnati Bengals on the money line and that cash as well. So if you want to lock up and sign up for the NBA plays and for the NFL plays for Sunday, go to that description link provided down below. Click on it, get connected. You're getting access to future bets, daily bets, and access to that group chat that goes off 24/7. I'm so excited to announce I have partnered with BetStamp and Sign Up Expert to provide you guys with an easier way to sign up with any sportsbook in your area. If you go to the link in the description down below, you will be directed to this page you see here. It automatically displays all available sportsbooks in your area plus their current promotions. For example, you could take the plays given in this video and apply it to any other sportsbooks you don't currently have and reap the rewards. Now let's get into the slate. In Paycom Center here, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder 29-5 going against the Boston Celtics 26-9. Looking at the current odds for this one, Oklahoma City Thunder are home favorites minus 120 with the comeback of the Celtics at a plus 100. Point spread at a 1.5 and total points at 221.5. Full game public bet percentage here, 66% of the bets, 62% of the money is on the side of Boston. All right, so 66% of the bets on Thunder. The sharps are on the side of the Boston Celtics, 62% of that money on the Celtics here. For the point spread, 71% of the bets, 76% of the money all over Boston. So we have a public and sharp underdog here on both sides, okay? Total points, 97% of bets, 95% of the money on the side of the over 221.5. Looking at the injury report here for both of these teams, we have a game time decision on Jaylen Brown with the shoulder. This past week, he's been in a game, out of game. I guess they're giving him some sort of rest because he doesn't really have a shoulder injury. So stay tuned to news if he's going to give it a go. They've been doing the same thing with Kristaps Porzingis as well. He's been in and out the lineup this past week as well. So we're going to wait on news on Jaylen Brown if he's going to be in or out. Can you say it's a factor since this is a championship caliber team? Somewhat. They can still run fine without Jaylen Brown in this particular regular season game. I get it. It is the OKC Thunder, but this is a championship team here that definitely is fine working without Jaylen Brown, without Jason Tatum. They can figure it out. All right. They can figure it out, and still they come up with big wins because they have that type of pedigree. All right. For the OKC Thunder, they're missing a lot of bench guys here. No Alex Caruso, no Alex Dukas, no Flagler, no Chet Holmgren, and Mitchell. All right. They still got their starting five. They're playing big minutes, and they don't have much of a bench, okay, once they go past their starting five because of all the injuries that they have right now. But it still doesn't matter the way that this OKC Thunder team has been playing and the way that SGA can score at a very, very high clip. This team is very, very efficient. The thing is, the Boston Celtics can match them in almost every category. All right, they match them. They're right there with them in almost every single category. So this is a perfect test here, and the big X factor here is the 3-point percentage. All right, the Boston Celtics can set themselves apart here with shooting 3-point ball. All right, it doesn't matter if it's the starting guys. It doesn't matter if it's Peyton Pritchard and Sam, the 3-point shooter they got coming off the bench as well. They have tons of guys that are big X factors here on that Celtics roster. All right, this is their first time meeting this season, and the Celtics are on a 3-game winning streak, and the Thunder on a 14-game winning streak. 14 games. All right, they're not going to win every single game in the whole entire this whole entire schedule. Okay, they're going to lose eventually. If it was going to be a team that was going to beat them, it's going to be the Boston Celtics. So I'm going to be on the side of the public, of the Sharps. Give me the Celtics on the money line. We're skipping the point spread, all right? This one is a pick 'em to me, all right? You pick either the Celtics or the Thunder, and it's going to come probably down to the wire. So give me the Celtics on the money line, and for the total, I'm going to go over, all right? Majority of these games for the Thunder are under because of the defensive prowess, but the Boston Celtics are going to stretch that and press that issue, and the fact that they can knock down the three-point ball. This over is going to go over 221.5, all right? So Celtics money line and total over 221. In Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse here, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers 30-4 going up against the Charlotte Hornets 7-26 here. Looking at the current odds, we have the Cavaliers as minus 1,400 here with the comeback of the Hornets at a plus 800 on the money line. Point spread at a 15.5, and then the total points at 223.5. Looking at the public bet percentage here, 97% of bets, 99% of money all over Cleveland. For the point spread, 72% of the bets, 72% of the money towards Cleveland to cover. And for the total points, 93% of the bets, 95% of the money towards the over 223.5. Looking at the injury report here for these two teams, starting off with the Charlotte Hornets, we're waiting on news about LaMelo Ball, Jeffries, and Miller. Okay, all three of those guys are going to be game time decisions. We're probably going to get some news in a couple more hours if they're going to be in or out. The guy that is definitely out will be Trey Mann, their sixth man coming off the bench here. But it is a positive note that the Charlotte Hornets would have, if they all play, it would be Ball, Miller, and Miles Bridges. Those are their three catalysts for their offense. They're definitely going to need them going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And the Cavs have Isaac Okoro out right now. Sam Merrill is a game-time decision for the Cleveland Cavaliers. All right, these two teams have played each other twice already. And one game that was 218 points, and the other one went to about 242. All right, so 242, 218 were the two totals that they played previously. And this total set at 223.5. I see this game here. The Cavaliers are on a 9-game winning streak, and a big X factor here. They were on a very long road trip coming back. Finally, after that game on the 23rd, they've been on a long road trip, and they're finally coming back home on January 5th here. This could be a sneaky spot for the Charlotte Hornets to keep this game close. If you want to know, in these first two games here, the Cleveland Cavaliers covered the spread in both, and the over went on both. See, as you can see, they covered at 13.5. They went by 14, and they went over. And in the next game, covered the 9.5. So they adjusted the line twice. It went from 9.5. It went from 13.5. And now this spread, they're going to push it again. It's at 15.5. And they're asking you, are the Charlotte Hornets are going to cover? All right. So the LaMelo Ball, I need LaMelo Ball to be in. If he's in, then we're going with the cover here. All right. Give me the Hornets with the plus 15.5. I think that's too many points here. And give me the over on the 223.5. If the Hornets keep it close, this total will go over because it'll be a more competitive game, more back and forth type of environment. All right. So give me the plus 15.5 and over 223.5 for this one. In Capital One Arena here, Washington Wizards 6-26, going up against the New Orleans Pelicans 6-29. Looking at the current odds, Pelicans road favorites here, minus 190 with the comeback of the Washington Wizards at plus 155. Point spread set at a 4.5, and total points set at 234.5. All right, full game public bet percentage here, 74% of the bets on the side of the Pelicans, but 91% of the money on the side of the Washington Wizards here. Sharps are on the side of the Wizards. For the point spread, 51% of the bets on the side of the Pelicans to cover. And for the percentage of money, 60% of the money is towards the 60% is towards the Washington Wizards to cover the 4.5. There's a reason to that here, and I'm getting to that a little bit. Total points, 76% of the bets, 68% of the money towards the over 234.5. All right. Injury report here for these two teams, starting off with the Pelicans. We are going to be without Brandon Ingram again and Zion Williamson. We do have a game time decision on DeJounte Murray. These two teams just played 2 days ago, okay? So this is one of those home and home situations, and that usually goes opposite. So we're going to break this down, all right? So question mark on DeJounte Murray. If he's out, that's even better for the Washington Wizards. And for the Wizards, no Bagley, no Sadiq Bey. We got a game time decision on Jordan Poole and Coulibaly. So we're going to wait on those. We got major news on the injury front for those three players there. So definitely wait for confirmation if those three players are going to be in or out. All right. In that matchup that happened 2 days ago, that was a Pelicans cover, a Pelicans win, and the over 232. All right. As you can see, Pelicans covered at home. They won by more than 7.5 points. That was a 12-point win by the Pelicans. That was a much-needed win. They haven't won a game in a very long time. Now, the reason why they won by 12 points is because C.J. McCollum scored 50 points. 50 points. Wow. He went absolutely off in that game. Everyone for the Washington Wizards side was pretty mediocre. Jordan Poole has normal around 20-point game, 26 points. But C.J. McCollum went absolutely nuclear in that matchup there. I'm going to say he's not going to do 50 points again in back-to-back games, okay? And I think that's going to give the Washington Wizards a better opportunity to keep this game close and sneak a win. So the value is on the side of the Wizards in a home-and-home situation. Plus 4.5 for the Wizards at home. I'll take those points and give me the under 234.5 in this game. I don't see McCollum scoring that many points. And if DeJounte Murray is out, one of their top assist leaders, I think that's going to affect them as well. And this total is going to go under 234.5. In Kia Center here, we have the Orlando Magic 21-15, put against the Utah Jazz 8-25. Looking at the current odds here, Magic at home minus 225 on the money line with the comeback of the Utah Jazz at a plus 185. Point spread at a 5.5, and the total points at 212.5. Full game public bet percentage here, 93% of the bets, 67% of the money on the side of the Magic. For the point spread, 51% of the bets, 55% of the money slightly towards the side of the Utah Jazz to cover. And for the total points, we have 88% of the bets, 89% of the money towards the over 212 here and a half. All right. Injury report here, looking at both teams. Jordan Clarkson is going to be out of this game for the Utah Jazz. On the other side for the Orlando Magic, I don't understand how injury after injury that this team can still play at a very high level in the Orlando Magic after losing Paolo Banchero, after losing Franz Wagner, after losing Mo Wagner, after losing Gary Harris. And then in the previous game, they just lost their best point guard in Jalen Suggs. So they literally have lost their entire starting five in the beginning of this season. And do you think it continues that they still play at a very high level? That's a big question mark there. All right. It's a big asterisk. It's a big ask, and the line is dropping. Okay. It was at a 6.5. If I go back to Yahoo, it's telling me 5.5 right now. I would hop on the points. All right. I would hop on the points. It was a positive note that we saw from the Utah Jazz in their previous game. They outright won this game against the Miami Heat. Yes, it was without Jimmy Butler, but still, it was an accomplishment for the Utah Jazz, who are the bottom feeders in the NBA. They outright beat the Heat, and they were plus 8.5 underdogs. Okay. This team here in the Utah Jazz finally stepped up. They had their complete starting five go over double digits, and they had Bryce Sensabaugh come off the bench and scored 34 points. So it didn't even matter. Jordan Clarkson didn't even play. He wasn't a factor in that game. They still won by 36 points against a professional basketball team. That was an accomplishment. I think things roll over into this one. Positive vibes here coming into this game. You have a very decimated team here in the Orlando Magic, and the value is on the points, okay? Everyone thinks, hey, it's the Utah Jazz. They suck. They're going to continue to lose. This is a spot here that I'm going to take advantage of the points and take advantage of the Orlando Magic losing their leader in Jalen Suggs. Obviously, Paulo Banchero and the Wagner brothers. Those are big losses there too. So we're going to go across the board here. Give me the under on the 212.5. That's going to be our secondary play. The top play is Utah Jazz plus 5.5. All right, take the points with the Jazz, and let's see how it plays out. All right, plus 5 with the Utah Jazz. There's too many question marks for the Orlando Magic. And like I said, since they're going to be struggling or running their offense, that's going to be a big factor, and we'll take the under 212.5. In Toyota Center here, we have the Houston Rockets 22-12 going against the LA Lakers 20-14. Looking at the current odds here, Rockets are home favorites minus 190 with the comeback of the Lakers at a plus 155. Point spread set at 4.5, and the total points set at 218.5. Looking at the injury report here, we have always AD and LeBron James on the injury report. They're game time decisions, but they're most likely going to play. For the Houston Rockets, Jabari Smith is going to be out of this game here. He's unlikely to play. And Tariq Eason is a game time decision, unlikely to play as well. All right. So other than that, Houston Rockets, Fred VanVleet, Jalen Green, Amon Thompson is back from suspension, Dylan Brooks, and Sengun. This team is still solidified here with their starting 5, despite the fact that Jabari Smith will be out of this game. Looking at the previous matchups here, the last matchup was on January 29th last year, 2024. That was a 16-point win there against the Lakers. And in the previous time before that, that was an absolute blowout as well against the Lakers of over, 38 points. That was an absolute blowout in that one as well. So the last 2 times the Lakers did visit against the Houston Rockets, those were blowouts in those particular games. I see something very similar in this one here, mainly because of the rebounding factor, okay? Big rebounding edge there with the Houston Rockets, number 1 in the league, and they create turnovers, okay? 12th in the league in steals and 10th in the league in block shots. With the rebounding edge there, they're creating second chance opportunities and putting the ball in the basket. And every time the Lakers have come over to Houston, it has been a struggle. If we're looking at the past couple games here for the Lakers, they've been comfortable at home, winning 3 out of their last 4 games against Sacramento, Portland, and Atlanta. I think that this is going to be a tough road spot here for the for the Lakers. And the Houston Rockets are in a bounce back mode, coming off a loss against the Boston Celtics. All right, very understandable there. They lost to Miami and then they lost to Minnesota. So this has been an up and down home trip here for the Houston Rockets. But I think the value is going to be on their side here. All right, so give me the money line on the Houston Rockets. Give me the cover for the Houston Rockets with the 4.5. And give me the over 218.5 in the total. Either way, I do think that this scoring environment will be high. If you do not want to go with either side with the Lakers or the Rockets, I would go with the total with the over 218.5. In Chase Center here, Golden State Warriors 18-16 going up against the Sacramento Kings 16-19. Looking at the current odds, the Warriors are home favorites at minus 150 with the comeback of the Sacramento Kings at a plus 125. Point spread at a 2.5 and total points at 224.5. Full game public bet percentage here, 89% of the bets, 100% of the money on the Warriors. Wow. Point spread, 62% of the bets, 68% of the money on the side of Golden State to cover. And for the total points, 93% of the bets, 89% of the money towards the over 224.5. We do have major injuries in this particular game. All right. Right now, Keegan Murray is a game time decision. He might be back in this one. But De'Aaron Fox is trending towards not playing in this game. All right. He's very unlikely to play in this one. So that could be a big hurt there for the Sacramento Kings. But it would be a positive to get Keegan Murray, one of the better three-point shooters, back in the lineup. All right. Golden State Warriors, on the other hand, are dealing with a bunch of outs here. Steph Curry is out. Kuminga is out. Gary Payton Jr., the second, is out. and Pods, their second-year player, is going to be out as well. All right. So Steph Curry was out in the last game last night. They're on a back-to-back here in the Golden State Warriors. They beat the Memphis Grizzlies without Steph Curry, but now this is no Steph Curry, no Kuminga. That's a big problem there. All right. Those are the two best scorers on the offense, and that's going to leave them pretty much decimated. Sacramento Kings are motivated here and on a roll. All right. 3 wins in a row since the coaching change to to Doug Christie as their head coach since they fired Mike Brown. All right, so they beat Dallas, beat Philly, beat Memphis, and now they have a very hampered Golden State Warriors team. All the value is on the Kings, all right? Love the Kings in this game. We're talking about 100% of the money on the Golden State Warriors. I think that's a mistake. Give me the Kings in a clean sweep here. Kings plus 125. Give me the point spread as well if you want to keep it safe with the plus 2.5 for the total of 224.5. I do think that the Kings can put up a big number here. Give me the over 224.5. All right. Give me the over 224.5. But the main play, Kings money line. That's all the value there. Kings money line and a plus 2.5 if you want to keep it safe. Total would be a slight over 224.5. Those are selections for the Sunday slate. Let me know in that comment section down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? We can definitely debate about that down below. Also, if you want to sign up for the Patreon, that link is provided in the description section. You're getting access to future bets, daily bets, and access to that group chat that goes off 24/7. I appreciate you guys for continuing to view this channel here. I stress the point. If you're viewing it and you're not subscribed, go ahead, just hit that subscribe button. Let's boost up these numbers. It's your boy Chef D. I'll be back very soon. Peace out.